Okay. Going to call to order the meeting of the Elderly Affairs Committee, June 7th, 2023. Roll call.
Pedro Fiallo,
Romana.
And Alexandra Alonso.
Maria Perdomo.
Sara Suarez.
Lourdes Corvo.
And do we have public comments? Do you want to make any public comments?
I do not, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm Alexandra with the Miami Laker. So hello, I'm here sitting in for your meeting. So
thank you.
She wants to see what we're going to be doing.
Herrera.
Okay, we have no presentations today. Treasurer's report. Well, we didn't get a report, so we can't give a report.
We have our meeting, our budget meeting on the 16th.
15. It's on the 15th. And you are going to be,
I will do the presentation.
you're going to do the presentation because it's hard to explain. Y'all can see it on the paper that you just got. I think we've got like $12,000 available in our budget so for the rest of the year. Well, from now until September. And we've got quite a few people wanting to do sponsorships, so that's going to help us. Yeah.
Filled out the 85821.
Yeah.
But that's not including the expenses that we had this past month, because they haven't been put in according to the latest email that we got from Isle
Yeah.
that said it's taking 2 months to reconcile the book. So really, I don't know that 2 months of other expenses are not in here. So it's probably,
But then the sponsorship money won't be in there either then.
right.
So
Right.
it will balance out.
If we don't use it, we lose it. If we don't use it, we lose it.
Yeah.
If it's not a sponsorship dollar, it can't be carried over.
So that's why we're trying to use the sponsorship. I don't know how to control it. I know what we get, but I'm assuming that the department that handles that is using it for each event. You know, like say we're going to the casino, somebody's sponsoring, the money they're giving us for that should be in the bill that we pay for the bus. So that one should kind of offset the other with an extent. So we really should never have that problem. So I don't know how we control it because, you know, we just, so is that left up to the finance department to control that? I mean, we don't
Are
know.
you saying what, are you asking what gets paid for, or what the money is used from first? Is it paid from the budget or from donations first? Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
My understanding is that it's paid from the budget itself first.
well, and that's
And then,
hard for us staff.
But can I ask a question? Donations are specified for a specific purpose. And so if we don't use that money, we either A, have to return it to the person who sponsored it, or B, we have to then write to the sponsor and ask for permission to use it for something else. So why wouldn't we use first the sponsorship money as opposed to using our budget money? Because we can move our budget money
From one category to the
from
next.
one category to the other, with the understanding that we have to go before council and ask that they move it. But that's a lot easier than backtracking in to the sponsor when they sponsored an event. That's what they wanted
It also
to.
makes more sense.
Exactly.
And I always thought it was the opposite, but yeah, I assumed it was because if you're giving me money for this event, I should be using it and then putting our money in.
Right.
But I just found out recently that that's not the way it goes and I don't understand it. Maybe sometime I can get Isle to bring the finance lady to our next meeting.
see if we can get somebody who might, or
The way the economy is going, we don't know when the sponsors are gonna be around.
I know, and we don't want to lose our money.
How
I
about
mean, and really, I'm told we have a sponsor. I'm never told how much that sponsor is giving us. So that's another problem. So, I mean, it's costing me $1,000, they're giving $250. Or
But they,
sometimes they sponsor the whole event.
but you don't, I'm sorry. you as the chair don't get copied on what the sponsors are giving?
No.
Can we ask whoever is getting the sponsorship to let us know how much we are getting for each event?
Or either to let the treasurer know. Yes, Nancy.
If that becomes something that we ask for and get, then perhaps that could at least be part of the package at each meeting. I mean, I realize we're getting it here, but we don't get that every month. So some kind of an account of, okay, last month, we got this kind of money, went to this, it was paid, it was not paid. A little bit more information from finance for what, where, and when, and why. That's all. And I feel like I understand if the bill hasn't come yet, they haven't done the accounting. But I also feel that if we're responsible for putting certain money towards an event and not the other certain money, budget versus sponsorship, then we need to be a little more aware when we have a meeting and plan the rest of our upcoming events.
Yeah,
And there has to be a little bit of a fix towards our end.
if it was the opposite way, we wouldn't have to worry. If
So-
we knew they were using the money
I
first.
did get a clarification. It is sponsored dollars that are used first.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay.
That's what I.
Well,
I
that's,
decided to.
no, that's great. Then we don't have to worry. Oh, man.
You
That's
wanted us
that
to all know who you are.
was the fastest answer we've ever gotten.
All right,
Somebody from town hall took responsibility. Yay.
The next is comments from the chair. I'm gonna add those down the road here because I've got some things I wanna talk about, but I wanna go in order. Our next thing, the bingo lunches for May were 10 and 24. Of course, they were well attended. Everybody seemed to have a good time. Waiting for, we had a lot of disappointments because they can't come. One in town hall, one's coming to town hall can only be 9 minutes resident. Because we only can serve 65. So, anybody coming has to show me ID. That's the rule, so.
I know two little old ladies from Hialeah, they said, oh, we can't come any longer, can you do
No, tell
something?
her September's
I
coming.
said, I
They can
wish
come
I
and see
could,
her.
I feel bad for the
It's
little old
fine.
ladies.
Tell her we'll see her in September. The
I
legal
got a
form,
question.
Yeah.
She said people from Hialeah are coming,
No,
no,
they're
she's
not
there.
coming.
They're not coming, she said.
but I'm saying,
From
do they
everybody.
come ever? We have people from Hialeah in the past that have come to
Absolutely.
these events.
Absolutely. If they're in the park, we can't stop them.
I see at Royal Oak.
At the Royals or any of the other.
Here, we're limited to 60.
Yeah, we're only limited to 65 here because by the time they put the tables in, and do you know how many tables will fit in there? We're trying to figure that out for tablecloths and all.
For in chambers,
Yes.
I don't know the exact, you know, the kind of,
Well, we got, yes.
I just want to clarify for Nancy. Nancy, if they're park events, they're not owned strictly by Miami Lakes, so we can't close it off to only Miami Lakes residents. If it's in town or in like Shula's or any in-town privately owned or publicly owned by the city, we can limit it to Miami Lakes residents.
And we've done that in the town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we use rectangle tables, we can put more people on it.
well, that's
We'll
what
have to
she's
be
planning on, but I don't know how many, I'm trying to figure out, because we need to get tablecloths.
14,
14, okay, 14,
14 rectangle.
right.
It's about 6 people each,
Hmm.
84.
Hey.
84.
Yeah.
Would we be allowed to, we wouldn't have to sit at the rectangle tables, would be allowed to have those members of the committee out on the dais?
I was gonna say
Areas
that.
on those chairs?
Can you let me finish? You're taking my thing. No, I was gonna say that most, I don't know, not everybody signs up too. For the, on the committee, sign up, they just come. I was gonna say, we all sit on the dais, so that gives more people that can come in, but it's limited to 65, that's what I told me. So,
Even those who would be sitting on the dais or part of the committee members?
No,
Because we have to sit somewhere or.
we're all gonna, the committee's gonna sit on the dais. And we can put 65 at the table sitting
Okay,
outside.
so it's 65 guests.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
The legal forum that I said was postponed, it's gonna be on September the 7th. It says the 9th. The 9th, oh, I can't read my handwriting. The 9th.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we know what the
topic.
topics
I
are?
haven't got that yet.
Okay,
Whatever I guess it was before, but we never got the other one, so we're just kind of,
So the 9th is confirmed.
you were gonna, you wanted to be on it, right?
I did not care. If they want me on it, that's fine.
No, I think somebody from our committee should represent us.
I know Jessica wanted to know because she wanted to be able to sponsor. My question is, are we doing it in conjunction with the Miami Lakes Bar? Because I can reach out to the Miami Lakes Bar.
That you have to go through Lorenzo.
No, I'm gonna reach out to
Yeah,
them.
reach out to him because that's something that it's his doing.
He said it's not his doing, just for the record. When I said it's not. When
Is
I
that 11
spoke to-
a.m.?
That's another name.
The legal forum.
Thinking, don't say 11?
They've been at 10 a.m. I don't know if that's gonna be kept or. The last one
As
was.
we get closer, we'll know.
Sure.
That's it, that's September, a couple months away.
So I actually have, if I may, some of the topics, just because we did carry them over from last year's as well. For the one that got postponed, so it's stuff like estate planning, fraud, foreclosure. You know, it's been the same topics, carried over the years, so.
Well, if anybody can think of another topic, let me know and I'll get it to Lorenzo or to IOP, an attorney that can handle that. So if you all have an idea, let me know. And
That's a town hall.
pardon?
Yes,
I think so.
I have an idea for another topic. Social Security benefits and Medicaid benefits.
Oh, that would be.
Say what?
Social Security benefits and Medicaid benefits. I think that, just for the record, I don't do that. So I'm not suggesting something that I do. I don't spec, but there are attorneys that specialize in that. And I,
It's definitely not.
Okay, I'll give that.
no,
to
she
Helen.
does. No, there's people that actually specialize in this.
Yeah.
I know what Stephanie does and. Huh?
Stephanie's good, she comes up with all the new.
But this is a very particular area of the law. And there are people who specialize in it. And if you know how to do it correctly, it can save people thousands and thousands of money, dollars, excuse me.
Same
Same
thing,
thing,
word.
But if you do it incorrectly, and you have to stay on top of the Medicaid law, so you have to be on top of that law because it's changing and it's morphing every day. Especially with things that are happening now. So, I think that might be a very.
The budget proposal for the, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand.
That lady that's now the speaker for the Social Security, she comes to the TV twice a week to a show that I watch. And she answers questions, you know, most asked questions by people of age. And it's very interesting that she does that
That's good, yeah.
because she's on radio too. She's always
You
everywhere.
know her name?
Maria.
Remember her name? She's a blonde.
Well, when you hear it the next time you listen. Write it down.
I'm gonna write it down, yeah.
Okay.
And she gives you the number too to call if you have questions. 311 is that number that when you get all the,
Yeah.
you can call there and ask.
You're not talking Susie Orman, are you? Susie Orman does estate planning.
No, she's the spokeswoman, spokeswoman for the.
Social Security.
Wait a minute, let's get back.
Got it right here.
Okay. Our budget proposal for what monies we're gonna need for next year is gonna be on June the 15th, and this lady sitting next to me is volunteered to go before the council. You got a stronger voice than I have.
Six P M, right? I know you're from one.
I think it's 6:30.
6:30.
6:30. The Mount Sinai form was extremely informative. I came to that and the gentleman, the doctor that came, knew his subject so well. There wasn't a question that was not answered. And he explained it in a way that they could understand it. And I asked him if he'd come back and do it again next year, because he really, it's one of the best speakers we've had. I think you were there, weren't you?
What for the,
Mount Sinai, what was it?
oh, yeah,
The bowels.
yeah.
It was very informative, what to do to
Very much
protect
so.
yourself and all. He was very informative. And
Colorectal cancer.
I asked him if he would come back and he said,
That was a
I
good
know.
one, yes.
I kept
There
this,
was things that-
I kept this as flyer so that maybe next year we can do it. And our cheerleaders from the Marlin game didn't seem to do a very good job this time. The first game we lost.
Yeah.
The next game will be on the 21st, and I've had some, I got beat up signing people in because number one, I didn't have shirts, and I said, where are your shirt from last year? I mean, we only got 3 games. And then when you realize that you are having this on the day that the Geezers play ball in Miami Lake, and I said, I gotta take what they give me. And we have to, because our sponsor for that is Humana, and Humana is a big sponsor at the ball game. So when they say we gotta go, we gotta go. And I said, if you can't go, I'm sorry, but you know, we have to, whenever they give us a free one, we have to go for the freebie. So he just, okay,
I'll beat you.
you did, go ahead.
I'm gonna try to write the teacher, so my sponsor for the teachers, and so next year, because now it's too late.
Yeah,
I already spoke with somebody that they're gonna give me an answer maybe next week.
and we only have 3 this year. Usually we have more, so
Right.
it's a waste of.
No, but they
money.
can put their name on back and, you know, and then they see it.
Just a question, how many people attended that? The
31, 31.
The Marlin game?
And I have something I want to bring up with that. This is the one I could say for my comments. We had 31 people for the bus. We're paying $800 for these buses. I want to make a suggestion, or I'm going to make a ask. Why can't we have non-residents on a wait list? And if we had 31, we would fill the bus because so many people wanted to go. We're wasting our money for 31 people on a bus. And I think if they're all seniors, why can't we say, then I'd like to make a motion to have a wait list for the ball games. And if it doesn't fill up, the wait list will start using on the first come, first served basis. Anybody got, yes, Nancy?
I think that's a great idea. And also, question is, how many people does the bus?
55,
55.
55, 55.
See, so we're not even, we're not
So-
even in the hot.
Not even close.
If
I'll
there's
take-
no more
I'll second the motion.
discussion, I second the motion and put it to a vote.
wait.
If there's no more
So the
discussion.
motion was by Donna.
You know, that's it.
No, she didn't.
Oh,
Anyway,
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
So going forth, we can use that. And I don't know what else we would have that, we could use that for, but
I'll make a comment. David David plays a lot of softball. So actually the people that come in, they are not, they were from PSN, that they leave, but we don't let them in.
Well, now
All
that
4 of
they-
them were
yeah.
Davis. They played softball with David.
and I felt bad because the one guy
And they accepted.
he had registered, but he brought his friend with him and his friend didn't. And he made such a big deal about it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I would have been willing to say, all right, go ahead and go on. But he was outspoken, and then a little old lady
Yeah.
that got here at 3:00, and she heard over at the exercise place
Yes.
that we had it. She had her shirt on. Oh my, she lived in Hialeah. And Betty told her, I told her, she came back 3 times thinking we changed her mind. And I said, I'm sorry, no, I cannot do it. When they're making a big deal like this and everybody's hearing it, you can't, it's hard to manage it. So that's another reason why I said, hey, let them come in. Why not? Okay,
Excuse me, Dottie, one last question on that. Is that only the case with Marlin Games trips, or is that also the case with other trips that we go to other venues? So would that vote we just did be for all bus
it'll be
usage?
covered tomorrow.
I'm sorry?
It'll be covered tomorrow, the Marlin game. I
All
mean,
right,
the
but
Calder.
the Marlin,
The Calder's tomorrow.
right, Marlin's. Oh, Calder tomorrow. I got it
Calder's
now.
tomorrow,
So that would be our rule for any bus trip we take.
right.
I like that idea. All right, good.
And we have to make a deadline too. Let's say like a day before, they don't call in, and we can use it. We can give the people about a day.
How was the bus driver?
Very good. Yes, very good. Celio, very nice.
Do we have any idea how many are signed up for tomorrow
I
to
think,
the bus?
Jonathan,
around 30, but I don't know, because I don't get to see it. I've been wanting a copy of it, but I haven't been out, so he's gonna print me a copy so I can, I gotta have it to register. the
I have 35.
35?
Oh, the bus is half empty again.
Yeah, well, I had to be a vote. I couldn't do it without a vote. so-
is there a possibility you could do this new rule tomorrow?
If somebody comes, yes, I will.
If people show up,
If people show up, I will do it, but there's no way I can get it out there and everybody start coming and who's first, who's
I'm
second, you know?
jealous of your fortune, good fortune that you're having the meeting and can take care of this tomorrow.
How are you?
No, it doesn't work out that way.
Then could Betty take an RSVP today for tomorrow for a non-resident?
No, I
Time to
think
get it out.
we've closed it. We don't have any, it's just tomorrow morning. We only got a couple
Right,
hours left. You know, to do this. We gotta have it printed
If
up.
someone showed up.
If somebody
tomorrow-
shows up tomorrow, I'll be more than happy on the bus.
when I can print out the list and sort of have empty spaces for you to write names.
Okay, that would be
Sort
great.
of have any
That would
sort
be
of.
great.
Oh, that would be-
Because there's always somebody
Sort of
that
record.
shows up thinking, oh, they'll let me in, you know, and if it makes it a big deal, we can do it, but all you need is one, well, you let it do it for him, but you're not doing it for me, and.
Absolutely.
Mhm. All the next bingos are going to be at Town Hall. The 14th and the 28th of this month. I think the one for tomorrow, I think Humana is sponsoring it. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay,
Humanas.
Humana. So, yeah. So we'll have the table set up. We'll have the pickup over on this side here, for those who pick up their meals. And I have told Betty if some of them don't get in, they come pick a meal up. We can put the meals out there for them. So that's what she was gonna let me have. She let me know.
So do we know, Jonathan, do you know how much Humana is sponsoring?
I don't.
Is it, okay.
I don't know.
No,
dollars.
No, I just thought maybe he knew.
no. The next question, the next thing on the agenda is jury squad sign up forms. I need to talk to Kyle about that. Her and I had a meeting for Tuesday, but she's been out all week. So I'll have to move that to the next meeting. I have been getting a lot of people call me and say, when can I sign up? And my question to her is, and Lorenzo's here. Yeah. Since he walked in, I can use you. We had the jury squad, which were there. And I have the applications. I went through them and took all the ones that have passed away or have moved away. So I have about 22. Could we use the same form or do we have to give them out a whole new form? If they haven't changed their address, their phone number, because it's so much for the seniors getting them to fill them out and all. And think about it and let me know, because it'd be easy.
There's only one question I would ask, and I don't know, Jonathan, if you know this, because I know this off the top of my head. The jury squad, do they do any background checks?
We never
I
have.
think for the volunteers,
For the jury squad?
Yeah,
yeah, just the volunteers.
it's the volunteers, yeah.
I don't know if it is for the seniors themselves, but I do know for sure.
We've never
For
done,
the volunteers, we do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure for the jury squad. So that would be just a question that I'd have to ask the manager,
okay.
and then I can. get
We've
back.
never done it in the past, but if they're gonna start it, that would be different. Oh, okay.
We do the checking on the ones already been working with us, we don't check. We already checked it before.
Okay,
but the new one will do check.
Because that would make it so much easier to sign all those people
I
up.
mean, given what the Pedro is saying.
Yes.
True.
and
Yeah, we already checked so many people already. They help us.
And then I get started and let them know that
Just coordinate with I.
I will, I'm gonna wait till she gets back, because I have a whole list of things I want to talk to her about.
Okay.
When she gets back, okay.
Dottie,
Last time,
check the application instructions, because I think you have to apply annually. They've never used the same application from one year to the other. So if you're gonna make that change, just make sure it's changed on the instructions.
They have given me the copy of it and
Okay.
it's the same.
last time it was Pedro and me here, calling the people, they going, oh my God, that was.
Well, now they're calling me when they see the TV at night, it's raining too hard, I get a call, a serious squad, it's not open yet. We will notify you when it's opened up. The hurricane's gotta be real close. It's not far away, you know.
I
But
came with my
they
dad.
all remember, they all remember.
Stay because we need you.
I think I
And
had
stay in
28
Buffalo.
last time, this now, I think I'm down to 23. Because some of them have passed away and a couple of them have moved away, so.
I have
Mr.
impact shutters. but-
Mr. and Mrs.
Shutters.
Miney Lit.
I don't need shutters anymore. I have impact windows in my place.
The Mr. and Mrs. Miney Lakes form for contest, we have it, but I have to get it from Miles. And as soon as I get it, I can pass it out to you all. And you can start getting people you know, try to talk them into getting involved. Because I think it's gonna be fun this year.
What day is it scheduled for?
August the 26th at 12. And it's gonna be at the Chulas.
Sorry, Johnny, what day?
26th, August
26th.
26th,
And
which is a Saturday. Yes.
we choose, once we see application, the decision is made by this.
No. We had judges last year for that.
Okay, but I was out of town.
Oh, it was at the hotel. I had 3 judges. I had 1 man and 2 women. And they went up on the stage. They either sang or I think they all sang.
No,
And then
one read a poem,
one read a
the
poem.
one that
One
won,
dance.
one dance
and one sang.
and one thing.
And then we had 3 judges. I had Fred Cinder was one of them, and there were 2 other ladies. And it really was a fun, and I can't remember the name of the guy that was hosting it.
The one from
Wonderful.
cultural fairs,
On the
It's here from the.
the cultural fairs, Eddie,
Eddie.
Eddie.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say-
he was there.
It's MC.
He just did such a wonderful job. He had such.
So we're inviting him back.
So that's what I said, we're gonna try. Yes.
He said last year that he would love to do it again if we did it again.
Oh,
I'm
So we
gonna
just
try to
have
get him.
to give him the date.
the date is.
Yeah.
to make sure
we
he-
just
made the date August 26th, right?
Rudy.
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 Oh,
So Eddie.
Sorry, Eddie.
Rudy, Eddie, yeah.
Right.
Another one I can get hold of.
The last part
All
was
these
right.
fabulous.
You know what time this is?
It starts at noon.
Noon.
But why should I?
Huh?
I think
At
it's a
her
here.
birthday, he was
Yeah.
somewhere.
I will make sure all these questions we have, and I'll get with Alan on. Either she'll get it out to you or I will. But I don't know if Bailey has any of the applications for the upfront or any of the contests. When you go out, you can look and see. But the sooner we start on it, the better. And the more we have, it'll be more fun.
And do guests for the Ms. Miami Lakes RSVP? Is that open for now? I mean, are we taking reservations? for
Yeah,
this?
I just mentioned that. The applications, I think they may be up front. I
Not
don't.
applications, I'm talking about guests who want to end the event. Do they have to RSVP? And is
At the
that,
time, yes, and that's only Miami Lakes resident. Because we're paying big dollars there.
Yes.
That event. And I think I may have a sponsor for that.
isn't the Shula, the grand sponsoring part of it?
They did a little bit of it last time, but not the whole thing.
I thought Kyle had said that they were.
In my hand. Does anybody else have any questions or?
Could be any gender, right? Because it's not legal to say women only.
No, it's men.
We're gonna animus.
Or someone in between.
We're gonna. All right, oh my God. You know we're being recorded.
I don't care.
No.
You can take me to jail. It's free. I
If,
don't have to pay for the roof. I don't have to pay for food. It's a bargain.
Oh, we can all visit somewhere. Not there.
you wanna make a motion to close?
Well,
Do we have any questions for Lorenzo now?
do you want to ask about the legal?
About the boarding?
About the one- the
The
legal-
legal-
Oh, legal. Oh,
I'll.
oh, there he is. Yeah, ask him the question.
Are we doing the legal form in conjunction with the Miami Lakes Bar?
That's how it's always been done.
That's what I was thinking. Why don't we just agree that there's another topic that should be added, so I will.
Whatever topics you want to add, I can tell you more or less what the topics are, and then whichever ones you guys want to add, you can add, or if you want to delete, you can delete them.
Who's, I'll work with them,
Okay, you'll be with me.
so you're, okay,
Yeah, it's the Miami Lakes Bar, Town Attorney's Office, and.
right, no, that's why I figured I'd reach out directly to the Miami Lakes Bar as well.
Okay,
But, Social Security, Medicaid planning,
okay,
That's a good subject.
that is a great one.
Social Security.
Yeah,
If somebody knows Social Security benefits, issue with that,
The good
Oh,
one,
they're
like
wanting that.
disability,
I
if
think of
they've
her,
been denied disability,
Yeah.
that whole process.
the one that's good is, Bill Rarick's, partner, Jackie, and I'm trying to remember her last name.
Yeah. You know, Jen.
It's not a Gusto, it was to somebody else. I think
Does she do that?
She does. She does that. She does Medicaid planning, disability planning. She does
Pretty good.
special needs trust planning. And actually, she was gonna be one of the panelists that was gonna talk a little bit, just more or less on the special needs planning side, but she could talk definitely about Medicaid.
But I
Then you get it
think,
covered.
I just, we
And
can
you go-
discuss, but the special needs is more for, I think, younger people than it
It's
is
usually
for,
for elderly too,
well,
when you have a guardianship. What happens mostly with the elderly is that it just ends up getting put into a pool trust because of the age of the person.
well, that's why I'm saying, there's a lot of planning that can be done, and it doesn't necessarily have to be put into a pool trust, it can be put into an irrevocable trust. It can, I mean, there's
There's milk
many,
trusts.
there's pool trust, there's a series of things that can be done, and like I had said to the group here, somebody that really specializes in that is good, because it's very needed for the elderly, because I get those questions all the time.
We can bring more than one attorney. Another one that's very, very good is, what's his name, Alex? I'm forgetting his last name.
And it's gonna be here at town hall, right?
It's gonna be at City Hall.
Okay. Social Security and Medicaid. Anybody else got any questions for him? Nancy, you have a question?
I'm sorry,
You have a question?
I was asking about Stephanie Cruz, because that's how I even. learned
Stephanie's
about
fantastic and she'll be definitely part of it,
That's what
but
I'm
she
saying.
does
She
more
wanted
like
to
wills and us.
That, I was asking if she was invited and coming
Absolutely.
and doing that.
And her sister
because
now is doing family law. Does,
She's always right on top of the new stuff.
Yeah.
She's,
yeah, so the topics were, and the idea is really to get as many local attorneys like Lourdes and other Jackie and other attorneys that really practice here, so they know you and you guys are, it's easily accessible to them. Jackie's also Phil has been part of this program, you guys all know it. Sarah, you know this. Phil has been part of this, I think, before even I got involved
Yes.
with this program
Yeah.
back in 2009, 2008. And so he'll definitely be part of the one of the panelists. And then the idea is again to cover issues of guardianship, issues of trust and estates, we can do Medicaid planning. We'd like to bring somebody, a judge, that can talk a little bit about issues dealing with issues and crimes against the elderly, and maybe somebody from the state attorney's office as well. And then also have somebody talk about like other little small issues like family law, third-party insurance type issues. There's been a lot of changes with that. You know, what happens if you have a busted pipe in your house, you have an issue with your insurance company and those type of things, and personal injury. You guys have any other topics you want to add, please tell me. And or tell Lourdes, don't tell me, tell Lourdes, and Lourdes can, seek out other attorneys.
How about, like I'm thinking of elderly people who maybe need legal aid because they can't afford an attorney, their finance wise and also health wise.
You know, it's a great idea, and then we've never done it
That's very
before, is
good.
bring somebody from.
Well,
a-
I'm talking about me. My brain is- So, but you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of me and what I'm gonna be needing. I think I got everything, but now certain things have changed and I gotta deal with those things. And as you get older, your circumstances change. Everybody thinks, oh, I got a will. No. There's a lot more and things that have changed. So, keeping up with all of that, I think having this forum every time we do it, it's just.
You may have to do
So
two with
important.
everything we're bringing up. Or an all-day affair.
It's a 2-day event, really, subject wise, but thank you.
Just want to congratulate Lorenzo, very famous. He's been around helping a lot of people, different channels on TV. I asked it for yes, so congratulations. I'm doing very great. It's true.
But look, we'll work with Lourdes and we'll come up with a great program, Lourdes. I think,
I think the two of you will do good.
Okay.
Any
just,
other
what
questions?
date do you guys want to do it? That's important.
September.
September?
Ready now?
It's gonna be 9
That's
days.
what, that's a date, but I just want to make sure that's okay with you guys.
Oh, you know, sorry about it.
So September 9th.
You tell us we're here.
And then in the morning or, yeah. the
It's at
morning.
10 o'clock. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And we won't put an end date with everything we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, well, I always like that, you know.
And maybe we can somebody to sponsor and have some refreshments. I'll think we have for that. Okay.
Definitely.
Anybody else have anything? Yes, ma'am.
A couple of meetings back, you distributed paper concerning cooking demonstrations to be held at Mary Collins. Do you remember?
I think Al brought that up and I don't think it's gonna happen. There was not much of a response to it, so I think I told her I don't think that would be, I think it'd be too difficult to do. And be safe. With people around fire.
And one of, Pedro, don't you have a health fair coming up?
Yeah,
Saturday,
24.
24.
And I made it.
24. This one is
It's right
on the
here.
newspaper. Jack, in the back of the newspaper.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Nancy.
I have an idea for an event to share with public safety and elderly. And as an elderly, I'm thinking, just safety in the home. How to prevent this thing, how to do that thing, what to check on, who to call if we have other vendors involved. And I would be bringing it up to my committee at the end of this month, because that's when we meet. But because I'm here, I'm getting a little ahead of the game, but how do y'all feel? And the other thing is, other health related safety issues, keeping your home safe, how to use a fire extinguisher. How many people actually use one? Nobody knows.
I can
You
get
just
one out.
pull a button,
Yeah.
whatever. So to do hands-on and us have a, what do you think, guys? And then I will bring it up to my
Do
committee.
it as a forum.
I don't know, whatever,
I think that would be a good thing.
maybe something here.
a joint-
or-
A joint.
Yeah,
Coast Guard to that,
definitely.
so I can call them up, but they can come.
I didn't.
Coast Guard to that.
Coast Guard. He said the Coast
Coast
Guard
Guard will
does
do
some
that.
program. like that.
Really?
Yeah, Julio
All
will
right.
do it.
So if
He
you
said
all
right
are
to
in
that.
agreement, we'll put that on an agenda and different subjects or whatever. We've got time.
Okay.
Good idea.
There's one other thing
Clean ones and spray my face.
there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. I was at the Memorial Day Veterans event and it was spectacular. And I'm sitting there thinking, there's a lady that lives across the street. Her name is Nell Hammond.
Oh, yeah.
She was a Rosie the Riveter. And I think she needs an award for that. Yes. So I called William
You're right.
and he's bringing it to his committee. I thought we could do a joint venture on this and give her an award for what she did during the war. Because like he said, if they didn't have them fixing those planes, the planes couldn't go and couldn't fly. Why haven't we done
Why
something?
don't we name
I
it
said, I
Frida?
keep thinking about it, and I said, this year I want to do something, but I gotta get my committee to agree to do it.
Tomorrow we have to talk about
Name the famous street after them. They're all men now.
Well, I think that, I don't know, whatever they decide to do, but I really think that we need, this is something that's been close to my heart. And I would like the committee.
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
We have to reopen.
You wanna call
No, I don't think
We never
closed.
close.
We never really closed.
You wanna call tomorrow? Have the meeting tomorrow, 6:30. Really, yeah, that's what we want.
So, does anybody else have anything? I'm glad you brought.
Wait,
yours
wait,
up.
wait, wait, wait.
No, no, I'm
Sorry,
just saying-
sorry. I'm just making sure. The motion by you was to give Malhammer an award, right?
Yeah.
No,
No, yeah, an award for being Rosie the Riveter. Right?
Yeah, like
So
that.
recognition, a
Recognition.
recognition for her
Service in the-
contribution during the war. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
In conjunction with the other committee, right?
In conjunction with the
Veterans Committee.
Veterans Committee.
Yeah, we do meet tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we have the meeting, 6:30.
I did ask him to
We'll
put it
come back
on
to
his
public
agenda so that we could be, we didn't like it, he doesn't like it, whichever, but I don't think they would object.
Okay, and then, so you made that motion, Dottie, and you seconded, correct? Yes, Nancy. Did we have discussion?
yes. We did.
Okay, and then we have to have a vote.
All in favor?
Sorry.
Okay. Motion to move.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Have a good day. See you next month.
Thank you.
Before everybody leaves, is there any way we can get like a group photo of the senior?